level roster right now, right? They're not a team that cannot lose to an underdog or a team that's a little weaker, right? This is definitely a potential banana skin for a team like
They are
Fnatic.
susceptible to a loss for sure.
Yeah.
I think here, I'll mention it again, the cusp team or a fringe team for one of these top 8 spots to get through to the major, right? So they fall into that bucket. A win like this feels essential on that road, right? This is the type of game that they can't be slipping up on here. But sAw will be starting on the CT side. Fnatic on the attack, and Crims is going to be into a bit of utility here. So is mezii. Got himself a couple of flashes, a Molotov for good measure. They're just juggling this across as you can see 3 players wielding utility, but only 2 into that investment. Kevlar for the likes of Alex, Poison, and pepsAw. And so on the other side of things, a HE grenade for sAw and a diffuse kit for the CT side here. So out the gate we go. Bit of a jump spot from mezii towards Yard just to see what the CT defense is looking like. Muterus close towards the vent, going to drop on down, and pressure early over towards ramp being felt. Arky just trying to chip away and hold them back, make sure they can't just contend with his corridor early. And well, now that they've gathered this information, Fnatic is setting up for the top pop by the looks of things.
Just taking the time here, Fnatic. Got mezii still on the T roof.
Yeah, well, they can get the mollies off, right? They can do top hut as well as back of sight. That looks like what it's destined for here with Alex and mezii, the Brits.
Well, Torstone out, the signal to go here for Fnatic. It clears just out into an awkward position, allows Poison the easy start to the pistol. pepsAw follows up, the double P's finding Fnatic the double kill. And now sAw figuring out, is there a way to get back into this? The Heaven fight held off by Alex. Fantastic start to the round here for Fnatic. And they should be closing this out, no quals, but headshot from Arky as he tries to come in from Heaven. Poison out. Arky now holding for an overextension from Fnatic, but it really should not be dropping the ball here. Fighting from Heaven, both remaining players. Fnatic can now fix it upon this. And the headshot from pepsAw for 2 in the pistol. And dropping away, Fnatic cap the first round of play. And even on the way out the door, eventually, surely someone will win it. But how? How are they both alive?
Not for much longer here. They'll run him down. Alex will get the kill and just chipping away with the Glock at range was Crims. The big man at the end right there. Fist bumps will come out, and a great start here for Fnatic. So continuing their winning ways on Nuke and pistol rounds. Great to see. And a very simple approach there, right? They just want to make sure there is a standard setup. That's why you had mezii jumping Yard. That's why you had that initial exchange over towards ramp. And you can see the great utility being used out here. Just was forced very far back, and that was a bit deeper of that backside Molotov that you see, right? You can throw it in a bunch of different ways. It really depends on how you want to flush them out. But early squeaky smoke thrown from Alex. Now he's going to bounce through the skylights and land to Shroud, and he drops on down to the vent. And Arky's actually found the tag here onto mezii. It was through the smoke, so it's unconfirmed damage. He does not know that he has chipped him on up here.
Smoke comes in. Arky no longer seeing his opponents. Too far off landing a shot, but Fnatic do get a couple of players now down secret. mezii, the front man in that charge, has taken a lot of damage.
How keen can the eyes of Muterus be here? Saw a foot, drops the smoke, denies them passage now. As they can wait this out, there's plenty of nades available for this. They, drop in a light one behind just to make sure there's no cheeky business going on. They can drop the Molotov through towards the stairwell. And Alex, he might get caught by the scout here, never mind. Arky's the one that gets caught. Nice little peek there from Alex to find the opener in round number 2.
Great pick here for Fnatic. Now they go back in towards outside to Dodo. Holding from the window, double shot lands up, and Poison out of the round. Bomb now loose as well, Chad. That was the player carrying the C4 on his back.
That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? And remember, there's the tag already on the likes of mezii here, so maybe some problems. 30 seconds left, and Alex has taken another over towards Squeaky. Does expect Roman as well.
Roman's pushed very deep. Oh, Alex, the timing as he looks away. The 5-7 delivers another, and now Muterus down on the lower side. The D connects under the head of mezii, and suddenly sAw in a position to compete for this one. sAw is down on the side of D's. They're dishing out damage left, right, and center, and Fnatic, they have to equalize score because sAw come back in with the pistols.
Beautiful stuff right there. Some zingers of shots hit across the map. And it all started with Poison going down, getting caught in no man's land. The scout that's been scooped on up from Arky's dead body. Bang, bang. And they pick this one on through. Here it is from sAw. And yeah, you're right, the timing, because Alex has gotten 2 kills back there. It's looking good, isn't it?
I mean, if Alex doesn't go down there, that should be the round, right?
Well, they could have maybe thought about going vent to top, right? Because I think they knew that there was a rotation already towards lower, especially because of that early secret smoke that stalled them out and definitely did buy enough time. So Fnatic unable to get the conversions here.
So Derry goes down from Muterus, stopping the cross on over. going to hold 2 players back at red.
Very procedural in the way that fnatic like to do this, right? They get the red control, then they drop the second wave of smokes. And it's... Ooh, they're actually crossing before it here. Risky business. I was just singing their praises, and so much damage to Mezzi again on the cross.
Yeah, Mezzi's not having a great time on those crosses over. Roman gets his gun out in time. Thought he was about to be caught in transition, but will deliver the pick on Mezzi. Now pepsAw comes down to recuperate with the rest of his squad.
Well, Alex's boys have been able to get the space that he was hoping for, but what now, right? They have to be able to brute force their way through. They know that Roman's down here. Unless Alex can force a fight and find a gap, it is just going to be their coffin. They're actually making their way back up in towards the yard. So Muterus, can he lock them down?
Such a strong position to deal with multiple players, but when they fixate upon you, it's an easy peek. Poison goes in with a P250, preemptively removes Muterus from the round, and we're now back to the 4v4. But look at Stododo. Undetected, also gathering information that they haven't pushed forward. Yeah, that's a big play here, but they're ready. They PK. pepsAw goes down. At least position confirmed for Stododo, but a quick reposition towards Hell's side. 27 seconds left for fnatic.
And it's 2 rounds in a row. Stododo has been the man responsible for dropping the bomb over towards Yarn, putting it into no man's land, and time is the biggest issue here. They scoop it up and they try and head towards top, but it's all going to be in vain. Stododo from the top rope, able to grab one. The crossfire with just should have been able to convert this, and they will. There was a moment that could have got out of control, but handled. And 2-1, the force by wars have been won.
They have been. sAw come out on top of it. We can see over in the A stream, we've got MOUZ taking on Outsiders. That looks like an absolute
huge game.
Banger of a game, right? 6-5 right now. MOUZ lead by 1 single round.
And we finally get some Inferno, right? If you were with us at the start of the day, we were talking about which maps haven't been played. Inferno hadn't been played so far during the PGL Antwerp RMR Europe Group A. Now we're going to have one notched onto the board here.
And this round is going to most likely be a sleeper round for fnatic.
It's a ramp rush.
It is a ramp rush. A lot of money. Show him the money. Harky's taking down 2. Mezzi and Poison out. Just now losing the hut. AK-47 at the ready this time. Don't want to give away an AK, but nonetheless, nice and easy so far for sAw.
27 health between the two of these here, so has been cleaned up very easily for sAw. And imagine if they pick up this win, right? We're talking about it, it feels like it's essential for a squad like fnatic if they want to find themselves at that major. It's not going to get any easier from this point onwards, but sAw could be making a statement of intent here if they're able to pick up a big win against the legendary organization. You got Keita in the background at Alex's camera there.
Yeah, also coming over from Complexity, so a little dynamic between him and Poison. Likely instrumental in the recommendation of Poison for the roster.
Yeah, well, when you're looking for AWPers that are out there that are proven, Poison was obviously one of them. As you mentioned, I think his issues were outside of the server. So the fact that we can get him back in form, and he's one of these players that can just pop off and have a huge game, and that was noted when we talk about this Gamer Legion matchup from yesterday. So if he can find that level on a consistent basis, it does make fnatic a scary beast. But just looking up the ladder, finds the final 2, and they will be converting the 3rd round here. Now, this is where we get into the meat and potatoes, the real rounds. This is going to be the gun rounds where the tone will be set for fnatic. And
you brought up the point of fnatic's T-side calling from Alex yesterday here in Nuke. We get to see that come out in force with the gun rounds. We have had, force by wars, we've had ecos coming in, but this is now fnatic to the rifles. We'll see what they have up their sleeve for the first. Mezzi yet to get on the board alongside Crim, so we'll see if they can get a couple of kills in this one.
And that's 2 of the workhorses of the team, right? They're always going to be solid for you, so I don't expect them to stay quiet for long. But a key note is there's no AWP available for either team into this round. Burning will just have to play on the fringe of the tip of hut. It's been chipped on down to about 61 points of health here. And they might try and run something similar to the pistol, just Poison looking in hut, having a little bit of a gander, seeing if anybody wants to take that fight. Bullets on through, damage going either way, and Poison, well, he's on the receiving end of that, down to 4 points of health. The spam battle not for him. But no AWP, right? I think Poison yesterday with those 26 kills he had, I think 12 of which came with the big green, so you probably want to get that into his hands as quick as possible. T-side nuke maybe not as important as CT side nuke. But the smoke wall deployed extremely late here. We'll be blooming with about a minute left on the clock. Deep nade.
Oh, it's a good nade. Oh, nearly. Mezzi takes a little bit, yes, but not significant. Now moves forward out to red. Oh, that's significant, though. The headshot for Stododo through the smoke takes out Mezzi.
He's had pivotal kills towards this yard position in multiple rounds now.
Here come fnatic outdoor. Squeaky is the play for Alex. Smoke goes down towards main side. Not a great smoke there, in fact. They're just going to play on the hut. Just taking position on the door. Alex is actually taking the headshot straight away, and down the vent they go. Roman's already here dealing with it, but Crims immediately to the headshot.
There's one more.
Yeah, there's another player playing some Dark Cubby now. Will they read this? Will they expect Arky? And they won't. They cross the bomb. It's now loose, and Crims on 14 HP left in the clutch. 19 seconds to do this as well. Crims has actually got behind Arky with no idea. Arky surely will fall now. Crims has to get to the plant. Bomb now picked up, quickly running down and doubling up. Crims, he's not in a position here at the time. It's a limiting factor. He has to commit to the plant now, and he can't go down after the time, so they swing. They give him a bit of mercy on the way out the door there.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit confused because both of them late rotate down the vent. So you're expecting, hey, like,
so confused.
yeah, because the bomb is already lower, right? It's like, why are they both rotating through the vent right now? He was hoping to manufacture a way back up and play a bit of a funny position there, but yeah, not to be the case. And prepared for that vent drop was Roman, one and done, but Arky in towards the shadow position and an important kill for him. But 4-1 now, the Portuguese side off to a flyer of a start here. Now they need to swat away the upgrades of fnatic. It's going to be a half by some Tech 9s, 4 with a P250 alongside on Poison. And they're going fast.
It is quick for fnatic. They're already out the squeaky door, just holding for the back of the site, but immediately Alex and Crims cracking open the defense. It will not hold water, and the flood begins for fnatic. Oh, another kill found with the Tech 9. It's Mutuous down. And now they cross into the site. Roman trying to be sneaky
Should be
around
dead.
the smoke. Oh, finally spotted by Alex. I thought Roman was about to get some ground out.
I just wonder how Alex didn't see him quicker than that. Trying to drop the one way in no man's land. sAw taps to the head. And quick as you like, fnatic grab their second.
That's great. That's a nice call from fnatic just to get that opportunity. Obviously, that isn't going to be the style they're running consistently across this T side, but just getting on the board, getting a round win, it's good to call around like this.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there with the utility from sAw, because normally the nades alone is enough to stall out a faster play like that, but Tech 9's quick into top. Maybe they would want to run some quick stuff like that if the bomb site over towards A is going to fall as quickly as that for sAw. Now, they have taken a timeout here. Probably a good time to do so, because if they lose this round, then they're going to be down into the doldrums of the ecos. They had enough cash to make this buy work. I think Muterus was able to drop across the Silenced M4, so everybody will be wielding one of those bad boys. Might be some issues as far as utility goes, so that might need to be juggled across, right? You need to make sure that your top defenders have 2 incendiaries to work with, one towards Squeaky, one towards the Hunt door, especially after the round that you just stomached. We do have Stododo and Alex on your screens opening kills. Alex is actually doing pretty good in that department early, 2 for him.
Can have some stand-up performances, Alex, at times, so...
Oh, he's definitely a fragging in-game leader. There's no doubt about that.
Some utility outside here for fnatic. Mezzi had a bit of a rough time outside. Still yet to pick up one on the boys. The Dodos have their number multiple times, but fnatic setting up nades in towards the site here. Double. Sent in towards default.
Yeah, not going to find anything there, so playing out of position. Crims, oh, bit of a pre-fire there. Seeing what he could fire with some of these little taps, but he's going to give up his position here to sound cue enough for Muterus not to overextend. And again, so fnatic, I like this, right? They're not throwing out the smoke wall initially. They allow the CCs to have their protocol utility, is where we wanted to go with that one. And then after it lands, then they'll go for this 3-prong smoke wall towards Yard. This time there's a bit more behind it, a bit more bite, a bit more spam again here.
Definitely more players. Roman now. Oh, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? Alex being caught in towards lobby, so that player that was designed to cut off rotations is now out. But at least the IGL now sees all of the screens, and he's going to be telling them, get down secret nice and quick. Do not stand in front of those smokes.
The bomb loose again.
Stododo's
That's 3 times he's done this.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. Bomb loose, and fnatic have to go and waste utility to try and get that back. And now they're into an absolute disastrous position. 35 seconds left. They're all softened up, and everybody knows exactly what fnatic want to do in this round. There's no secret. The dirty secrets have been put on the main tabloid already.
This is way too easy now, isn't it? Look at the low HP of Mezzi and Crims. They should just be blown on over after you poison. It's a 2-man crossfire on the lower site. And Arky's in a power position. You can see the toes. Oh, flash. Good flash.
Flash is fantastic, but still gets away with a kill. And now Mezzi and Poison trying to get back in, and they just don't have the time here. It's down to Mezzi. He's caught in the open, just loose, trying to figure out where they are. And yeah, this is starting to become a little bit frustrating for fnatic now, I'm sure.
Maybe that direct approach of the top hits is going to be required. Just hit A, keep it fast, because the pistol round and the Tech 9 round have come through that weakness of the A site. And that one there, it's just so annoying, right? Alex goes down through Squeaky, the spam through the smoke, the bomb caught in no man's land again. Ouch, fnatic 5-2 down, and they're not being able to manufacture exactly what they did against Gamer Legion yesterday, but there's still plenty of time.
I think this tactical pause is all about just figuring out what can you do with the finances you've got available. Alex has 6K, we have Pepswarm around that number as well. You got a decent amount of cash flowing through here. Maybe a half buy, a couple of upgraded pistols. That is the round they've won so far already.
I think the thing is with the CT cash not really being an amount to blow your socks off, you might actually consider a buy here, right? Ooh, Alex is just going to go into a hero AK.
We'll see if anybody else invests on the way out the door, but it doesn't seem like it. Mac 10 here for Pepswarm.
Yeah, so maybe a half buy, right? So they're keeping the cash so they can get 2 investments out of this as opposed to shoving all in. And the reason you want to do this is just to make sure that you limit these buys. Get a couple kills. That's all you need. Just a couple of frags here to force sAw into reinvestments in the next. Mezzy, a little bit quicker this time.
He's had the most frustrating game, hasn't he?
18 points of health again.
Just made it outside, taken down, hasn't killed anybody yet. His teammate Alex has got down, and yep, Stadodo, he's just got the number outside, hasn't he? He's perfectly taking that one time and time again.
But it's just this harassing spray behind all the smoke walls that is such a drama, because if you're hoping to throw it and force a rotation, sAw are just going to pepper through on timings, and they've actually been very successful in finding damage. Crims
goes through, ends up going down. Arky happily collects his life as now we look to poison. Single player left, Arky removes him, and 6-2 now for sAw. It's a great start. It's almost perfect here on the CT side because, yeah, okay, they've dropped the ball on maybe the pistol, they've dropped the ball on a force buy, but at gun rounds, sAw have just outmatched them.
Yeah, you're right. So when the bigger buys are coming out, they're dealing with this, and that might be a really huge positive going forward. You want to get Mezzy into the kill feed soon, because mentally you start to stew on that after a little while, so as long as Mezzy can get a kill, I think he probably will right now, watch the caster curse come into fruition. But everybody into the AKs. What is the approach going to be here from fnatic? Because the standard game plan of the crawl outside behind the smoke walls is not working.
Oh, this is smoke wall immediately deployed. Playing with it is only Mezzy, and he's actually going to try and get around these close smokes, dodging the utility, dodging the spam, a little bit slower towards outside.
So he's a bit more of a ruse right now. Is that over towards ramp, they found the space to Dodo. You're going to have to reconsider this fight.
He's got goes back into the fight. This time we'll lose it. Poison's headshot connects. And smoke is up, preventing Nutrus really from getting back.
I think he saw something there, didn't he? Right? Maybe a leg just through the underline of the smoke. There's still 2 towards top here.
Yeah, this is rough. It hasn't pulled out the rotation that fnatic would have hoped for. Still got a difficult setup here to try and break down once you decide to go through Squeaky.
Yeah, Justice going to need some help, isn't he?
Alex goes down towards ramp, and now they absolutely know it's going to be this plan. You have a quick rotation from ramp back to heaven. fnatic need to be perfect upon Just. They have to take him out. If he gets a multi-kill, the round's basically done. It's 1 and a second found for Just. It's Mezzy and Crims left alone. Mezzy yet to still get on that board. See if he can move his way back in here with Crims, maneuver a couple of kills.
What?
That is ridiculous for Crims. Straight up the reaction, and finally Mezzy able to get one. Secret play from Roman. He comes around the backside, and Lobby now spotted out. Crims goes down to the HE, so it is on to Mezzy to pull off the clutch. He had an idea where Roman was, just couldn't react in time, and Roman sweeps up the round, but Crims in that shot starts to make that one competitive for fnatic.
Yeah, my mouth is agape. I cannot believe that Crims gets that kill. Like, it doesn't matter, it doesn't change the round, but still the flick around, the 180, bang! Able to survive right there, but not enough to get this one done. A fantastic multi-kill from Just. I said there was 2 on the top side. Well, one of them was over towards the windows, looking towards Yard. It was just. And I know that sounds a bit strange to say, but the big man right there delivers over towards the A site and forces another timeout for fnatic here. Definitely scratching their head. The money, max loss bonus, yeah, you can get the AKs and Galils out again here. The half hasn't gotten away from you just yet. Maybe another half buy is the best that they want to go for here, but just pop top again. It's worked once, make it work again. Here it is, bang! Whoa!
If you're Arky, you don't even say anything.
No,
you just like, well, fair enough.
Oof, that one right there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, fnatic's plays, I think, are pretty well telegraphed. I don't think they're getting the reaction out of the CTs that they're hoping for when they're playing out these slower rounds and trying to maneuver and manipulate the defensive side. So perhaps a straight-up spawn play might work out a little better.
It will be top again, right? You can see them already starting to limp through this utility. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if they can break into top side again with these pistols, it's going to be a moral victory.
Pepswarm throwing out the backside molly, but Just has changed his position. He's unevaded, and Stadodo cleaning up with a double. Roman able to get one, and now we're just looking at Crims and Poison. This quick play has just faltered immediately.
Well, just as much as we're talking about, it's the only thing that works. sAw know exactly that. This top hit has been the only thing that has really worked against them here, and they had bolstered numbers, right? They had definitely more players towards this top side to deal with it. It wasn't just 2.
Yeah, when you're sitting there in your comms and you realize you're just battering them, right? The first thing you say is, careful for that top side rush.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they've done. So you can see the little adjustment for Just, who realizes that they have been mulling the backside. Plays on top of the cylinders instead this time.
This is great to see, right? And that's a position that they've tried to nade. So they know that that's a position that they like to play, and they tried to condition earlier but didn't find any damage. So the mental game right now is being won out by sAw. Crims would have a insane 1-on-5 with this Deagle. Now, an absolute legend of the game right here, but this would be unthinkable. Not with 35 seconds. He's going to have to search so difficult for these fights. Down towards the lower side, 2 players to deal with. 1 towards the double door, 1 towards the single. And they're trying to pivot and find this angle. Crims has to die.
Yes, absolutely. But even getting a bomb plant is possible. Set up currently here, and he will die, given that mercy at least from sAw. 8 rounds now for sAw. fnatic still yet to get a gun round on the board. They do have money now picked up. Alex again to the AK. AWP got bought up there by mezii, so he'll throw that on over to Poison.
Well, that's a change. We haven't seen the AWP for Poison yet. And as mentioned, he was a beast yesterday. So they will get that into his hands finally. Could this be the weapon that changes the tune of this first half? They haven't even needed an AWP for sAw. Right? They're operating CT side Nuke without an AWP player. You've got Simple, one of the best CT side Nuke players in the entire world, is the Heaven rotator with the AWP. So here we go, here we go.
Whoa, out the door, Alex immediately decapitated, but it is quick here for fnatic as they try and play with the outside smoke. They got 1 down secret already, and the rest look to follow suit.
Well, Arky's actually dropped down from ramp to deal with this already. You can see him just slink back into the shadow position. He's played it once, he's going to play it again, so hopefully that broken clock is right again here for Arky.
We'll see if fnatic are ready for it this time. They get caught from it the last time, not expecting the preemptive rotation from sAw, but it is just Arky playing this one alone, so we'll see if he can manage something out of this.
It's a bit more direct here, right? They can smoke off towards ramp. They can molly over towards the ramp position as well to lock out these rotations. He is on an island here. He will need to get at least a kill to make this one possible because a 4-on-4 post plant is not easy for sAw.
Well, doors open. He is aware that they are coming towards his position and will be needed. Poison holding to ramp to peek out from sAw. His support network now gone here for Arky. He's getting a check. pepsAw this time takes out the pesky player in dark. fnatic into the player advantage. Ball goes down, big kill from Poison. That AWP finding some great impact here. Mura's getting involved, but both remaining players coming down the ramp side for the retake. You see Mura's communicating quite rapidly now. They're aware of the decon, but it's shut closed at the moment.
They should save. I understand they want to go for this. They're just going to leer into their death here.
A little bit long-winded, but does get the kill nonetheless. And yeah, fnatic finally get around on the board.
Yeah, and you could see how that was going to work in their favor, and impact from Poison on the AWP. So it's taken some time, but they've understood that the Poison AWP is an instrument to success. See this one here because sAw wants to help, right? He wants to assist his teammate there. But that's perfect. Perfect work here from fnatic, understanding what they have available, and that's even by losing that opening kill towards Squeaky. So something changing for fnatic here. And we mentioned it was the AWP. Let's see how much more they can milk out of this first half. There's still plenty of rounds of play. An 8-7 would be phenomenal.
Well, that smoke is deep towards red to sort of make fnatic panic a little bit. The Kupier player playing close red, and yeah, massive gap in between those smokes. So fnatic, does mezii commit with this? He has to burn another one.
You say another one? That's the last one. And that's all to force a rotation towards lower, which hasn't happened just yet. They're pedaling towards ramp. Arky again. This time he needs a kill.
Oh, he has dropped. Made the sound at least. Dodo has been dropped back as Arky makes that rotation forward. Poison boosted, misses the kill. And the nade is so good. Look at that. So much damage done from it. Now sAw is under a lot of pressure. Starting to fly here, fnatic.
Where can Poison go?
He can't. He's stuck. He's 7 off, but Justice pushed hot, and it's found the kill on Alex on the drop back, and now fnatic perhaps starting to hit that panic button. Because they go ramp, the rotation's immediately there, and then they get pushed through hot. fnatic are toyed with right now.
mezii has some space towards yard. He's actually just parked himself behind main. I thought he would want to try and level the playing field here and look for a kill back, but a bit scared, a bit worried about where the CTs have gotten to. And this 5 rifle setup, it's allowing them to turtle up here. They don't need to take too many fights. A flash in towards the main position. Remember, there's no smokes. They use them all towards yard.
pepsAw blinded. Roman holds for the extension around the corner, but mezii gets some impact from this position outside. pepsAw goes down, and just surely should have found that pick, but mezii quick to it. Finally finding some massive impact here as Roman slips out. Mezzi finally down.
Oh!
Second is good under Crims. The denial of the plant. The denial of the round most likely now. Just discipline needed to close the final few seconds. Poison into the clutch of the AWP. No secret about where he is right now. He'll drop back to save it. Fnatic have to stomach the loss. No consecutive success. And they're even hunting. Roman's after him. He wants to get rid of this AWP, but he's quick up the ladder, quick up the T-roof. He can find him.
Oh, he gets him. He got him after time.
He got him as well.
Oh, dear.
$1,000 left here for Poison.
Oh, dear. That one stings. What a hunt. What a chase right there. Huge stuff. Massive play. And that grenade in towards the ramp room, that must have done, what, 150 damage? That was just a nuke dropping on them. That was massive.
It just shredded them. It softened them up so much, and I think the lack of decision there for Fnatic kept them in limbo, right? And it just gives that little bit of space for sAw. They moved in hot. Fnatic just getting absolutely caught off guard with the proactiveness here.
And that was the key to success. Poison's AWP. He can get dropped one, sure. They're going to take a third timeout here on the T half of Fnatic, and that's what we were singing the praises of. They are being dealt a dud hand right here. sAw stepping up in a big way, making this rifle setup work, but their buy still really rough. If that can be identified from Kita and Fnatic as they take this timeout, Fnatic might want to go for a buy here. They might want to try this top play again, because if they're able to win one round, sAw will be down to an eco or a force buy of their own, and that's a chance for Fnatic to try and level things up. The buy, it comes through late, but they get the buy regardless. They're very sloppy out of spawn here, Fnatic, but still, they can get this round, they can turn this half on its head.
Uterus moves towards red, peeks out, and Mezzi caught early.
He can't get a bloody break, can he? They haven't played aggressive yet. This is the first time Uterus has gone for this maneuver.
A little change up from sAw during the Fnatic timeout. They've maneuvered what they want to approach and how you adapt to the adaptation that Fnatic possibly have called here. And it's great. Mezzi goes down again. sdodo just in the exact same position, playing with Uterus and carries this time.
They have been able to slink Alex in towards the lower side, though, right? He has been able to get his way down towards B. Now, how are they going to deal with this? If they just sit back and wait, Alex will have to come to them. And yeah, Arky's doing exactly that. You can see him peering either side of ramp. And Alex is calling his team, boys, come ramp, come ramp. We just need this kill. But there's two to get through.
Slipping gets caught. They look down lower. And immediately pepsAw tries to trade, but they just go down. Fnatic can't compete right now with the firepower of sAw. Every duel, every fight is going on the side of the CTs.
This is insane, isn't it?
It's so clean. Fnatic just struggling to even figure out how do we get into a round here.
And they bought back in, right, because of that financial situation. Well, guess what? So many players staying alive for sAw there. Their cash is now built. This is great from them. The Portuguese side on fire. Mezzi, 0 and 5 in terms of opening duels. He is getting destroyed towards Yard. He's not getting away with a single play.
And even the round where he had impact, they lost. So, yeah, it's been rough here for Mezzi, tasked with one of the most important positions for Fnatic's T rounds. And now the quick play to Door. Fnatic run it straight through. This is a call they're ready for. Uterus on the double, takes down Crimson Poison, and all of Fnatic, apart from pepsAw, have gone down. So he's on his little slip down towards this B side. He's got the bomb on his back, and he'll happily collect the plant. But at this point, I mean, it doesn't really matter. They can try and get another round out of this, but they're just so clean here. So they're not having any problems dealing with Fnatic's quicker plays.
That should be fired up right now on the sAw side of things. This is a phenomenal first half. 11 rounds now secured. The diffuser is going to come in. It's going to signify exactly that. I think they're going back to see what they can scoop up. Everybody wants a pistol upgrade.
Anything.
Look at them. They're coming back. Yeah, I'll take a pistol. You get a pistol. Everybody into a Tech 9. The diffuser's in. And he doesn't need to carry this MP9 through. The man has 6.7k. Treat yourself. Get into an M4. See if you can get 12, because Fnatic right now are flat.
This T side has found no answers yet. No answers apart from Poison's AWP. Well, it's back out again. But they have to be able to pick up rounds off the back of it. You cannot invest in the big green as the only way of getting this and not finding that consistent success here. Fnatic need 4 rounds. They absolutely need this fourth.
The only gun round has come through Poison's AWP and 3 kills.
Yeah.
It has to be on Poison here to find them something, because poor Mezzi can't catch a bloody break.
And it gets tied up again. 64 HP to start the round. Must feel like just banging his head off a brick wall time and time again.
Yeah, remember, Fnatic chose to take this to Nuke. They chose to start on the T side knowing that this is, if they vetoed, right, if they wanted to be the team who is deciding the final map, well, the other team decides to decide, and this is where more of the pain comes on through. sdodo's been great towards Yard in finding damage, dropping the bomb, but a little bit of space right now for Fnatic to work with here.
Stododa drops to play from ramp and swings into the fight.
Very aggressive as well, cavalier about that.
Very, very confident. Giga Chad, as chat would say. Minute left.
Look at this crossfire. It's a bit outside of the box, isn't it? They're trying to go back towards top here.
Alex is trying to creep out off the HUD, just at the ready from the back of the site.
They're in though, they're in, he doesn't
know.
know.
They're wrapping him, they're coming around the other side. Alex does remove the backside player, and Mutuous, he's worried about outside because he's mollied away. He can't peek down into the site, and fnatic will put the bomb down.
Finally getting away with some pressure, right? Finally get a clean smoke wall play where they get across without losing a player. This is a great opportunity for a fourth. Now they have to convert this.
Arky has to come up the vent, and his teammate's gone down. This feels a little rough now for sAw. They don't have the forces to get back into the site. And finally, on the way out the door of this first half, fnatic have claimed themselves this final round. Poison is ready with a heaven peak, at least he was. Luckily the rifle is watching for it. Alex, the warning system doesn't act as the lethal protector, but certainly will get the round nonetheless. So 4 rounds for fnatic on the way out of this half. It's not a great half at all from fnatic, but 4 rounds, you can compete.
You can work
with
4. You can work with 4, right? They get the pistol back. They're going to be back in this game. I'm sure that they can erect a CT side of wall 2 here, right? But that was the key change-up. The fact that they got that space to get down secret without losing a player, and you could see how much pressure they were applying. sAw throughout that half would consistently, because they don't have an AWP, they would consistently rotate 2 players towards lower. And I think fnatic were able to deal with that here in the final round. The difference maker, as mentioned, was just that space. So eventually the game plan worked. But the question is, was it too little too late? Because if the shoe on the other foot, if sAw pick up this pistol, they can run this one home. They can have an absolute screamer of a game here against fnatic. It's going to be into a bit of utility from Arky, Roman as well. HE, smoke, flash, 2 flashes for Roman and a Molotov in the mix. And what type of play are we going for here? The nade is normally destined for the door. That's a top hunt volley being lobbed on out. They're just going to go.
They're just going to go, and pepsAw trying to deal with the early fight. Stododa goes forward, but pepsAw, because of the bad smoke, is able to slip his way through. Oh, the bomb! Did it fall down the vent? It did, right under the backs again, so that's very lucky here for sAw. Not the best start at all, but they're trying to get in towards the site via decon.
Oh!
And Arky with some incredible shots.
The bomb can go down.
It can. So close to it, but Poison moves forward, and the bomb is getting planted in the open. And so that allows the kill here for fnatic, and they can take a breather. They can finally sit back and feel a bit more comfortable. And sAw have to bring the fight to them. Crim sees them on the stairway. Roman gets information upon the door plate. But they need kills here, sAw.
Well, they've grouped up at least. It's going to be so difficult to break their way into this. Look at all the positions they have to deal with. The railing, over towards dark, and over towards ramp as well. This is no easy task for sAw.
Messi spots one out towards window, but discipline here for fnatic as they realize how important this pistol is to pick up. Mutuous swings open the double doors again. There is time to play with here for sAw. So they can try and maneuver their way into winnable positions, but just look at fnatic on the other side of this. Because they have the bomb in their control, they can just sit back. They can use this crossfire. They can make it so difficult, almost impenetrable. As sAw finally come out the control room window, it has been spotted. The alarm system is there, and the crossfire is now doing its work. Mezzi and Poison clean it up, and fnatic have the first round of the second.
Very well played there from fnatic, and you can see with that open plant they were going for, the reason they wanted to do that is because they knew that Crims was on the window side. He didn't want to plant backside, because if Crims from that door swings it open from double, he can get that kill. But a missed smoke here actually gives the kill over to pepsAw, and it makes their top hit slower, right? Because the idea was to have those flashes come in to blind everybody from the heaven position to stop the vent rotate. The fact that the smoke misses, pepsAw gets the kill, it stalls this one out, and that's a big part of why sAw lose this round. Some great shooting from fnatic and very well played in that 2-on-3 situation late. Now this is a light investment and a little bit conditioning from Roman there. The squeaky door naded off, the smoke as well, and this is to try and force them into thinking that they could be a rotation. It's not a buy at all. You can see here it just glocks across the board, and a great opportunity for fnatic here to secure their 6th round. Now, it's going to be an uphill battle, but it's the CT side of Nuke, and it's fnatic, right? They definitely will be able to bring this one back. Just depends on what type of a game plan sAw have up their sleeve.
We might have new viewers, Chad, who play at maybe a lower level, but we talk about conditioning a lot. In terms of what that would mean for a viewer at home, what would be your definition?
So on the T side, right, you want to create these patterns that look similar, right? So that they have to consider this round after round. And then from these little Let's use the example we have right here, right? Blowing up and Squeaky with the smoke. That creates the illusion that they could have dropped down the vent, right? And by doing that, what you want to do is force the CTs to rotate in a certain way to create gaps to be able to play with later. And even if you're not using that smoke to drop down the vent, they still have to question, is it possible, right? You can do top pops through it on a map like Nuke. You can go down the vent, as we've mentioned, or you could just use it as complete misdirection to force a bit of chaos in the comms. Now, they have taken their time and bled out a lot of this utility. There's not a whole lot left, so they should just get mince-meated right here as Poison grabs 3. And this is where I expect Poison to do his best work as this Heaven rotator. He is going to, once he gets the AWP out, have an absolute field day. So a nice little 3-piece from him. And the AK is about to come out for sAw. This is where we get to see their game plan.
Well, we didn't see an AWP in their CT side, so this will be a little bit of a change-up. But Poison keeping the rifle here for fnatic. A bit of a bonus round, as they want to try and get as much cash going into the second as possible. If they can get their economy flowing, absolutely, fnatic can pull this comeback off. It's the ideal start for them. sAw now, we'll see what they have got on their T side. It's 2 Galils. It's not a 3, rather. It's not the best buy at all here for sAw. And look at this from fnatic. They're sending some control outside immediately.
Looks like there's a bit of ramp pressure here from Just playing behind the smoke. So, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Not a great start. Fantastic for Poison and pepSAw as they take 2 and immediately sAw down to 3 players. When I say immediately, I really do mean that. And Alex is pushed around. He's pushed towards outside. He started the flank already. sAw down on the B site.
They can plant. You can see here sdodo dropping a defensive smoke to get the bomb down. Mezzi trying to respond to this here.
Mezzi has to try and find a way out of Decon. pepSAw has come to join him. Into the post plant here, sAw might be able to work this in their favor. 3 coming down the ramp. If they can get a multi-kill here and not take too much damage on board, sAw might be able to close this one out. Trying to limit the position, starting to really heat things up for sdodo, but the flash, Muterus has dodged it, but the second, he still gets away from that one too. Muterus points in the corner, Mezzi's killed himself, and Muterus tries to get the lineup, but it's down to a 1 versus 2. Just has a chance to win this. Tap for the defuse, they're off it, they line up! And the kill, there's not enough time, they have to come off it, and fnatic, that is a bit of a blunder right there. And they have to leave. That's a big round to win for sAw.
They got off the defuse because they've realized they didn't have enough time to get it done.
It took so much time.
There just wasn't enough time to get it done whatsoever. No matter even if they won out on all those frags, they weren't winning the round. And Mezzi, he goes down to a Molotov of his own design right there. That is a boo-boo and a half there from fnatic.
Oh, look at that from Alex now, just taking a time to breathe, frustration, lull it over.
Yeah, they've taken a timeout.
Figure this one out because, yeah, I mean, this should have been the round.
Poor Mezzi.
This should have been the bonus. This should have been the cash now in the bank accounts, but sAw somehow lose the first 2 players, work their way down into the B site, and are able to do a lot of work. Now, I do want to say that Just does a lot there. Finds a lot of impact, but the buy ain't great here for sAw either.
No, I think the 30 seconds is great for them as well, because not only did they just win a massive round, where it was a 5-on-3, right?
5-on-3,
They
exactly.
get to have the conversation about the buy that you were just talking about. Now, on the other side, Poison is able to afford the AWP. So that's very good news, because if he can use this as a pivotal weapon right now, it can crush sAw on the other side. But this is the pivot point in the game. If sAw win this, they can close this one down. They can get this done. They can pull up an upset victory here.
Oh, top hut wanted to be a position taken by pepSAw, but he's immediately forced away from that. sAw using some very early utility, and now they might just go down ramp. Crims challenged, but accepts it and passes it with flying colors just for his back, and sAw down a player again. They nearly get put into a 5 versus 3 again. sdodo is barely alive.
And they're not going to be able to use that avenue of assault of ramp again because they respect Crims, who's dropped towards lower. Muterus needs to find something here.
Oh, pepSAw looks the wrong way. He's focused perhaps on, I don't know, maybe considering even Squeaky, but he ends up getting, rather hot, but gets caught on the other side. And so Mezzi's now under a lot of pressure towards the back of the site. Luckily this time, Mezzi's strong in the hole, then a double kill comes out of his rifle. But sdodo and Arky pulling kills back, and a chance for Alex is going to miss. He hasn't been able to find that kill down towards Hut, so now we focus back on sAw, who have created, by force, this opening again towards ramp.
Well, if they go straight down towards lower, they're going to catch the vent rotate here. You can see Alex is pivot on down in time, so they're so low. Alex should be able to do this.
He should be able to just swing it open and come through control room. He has multiple options available, and that's the easy swing out. The door closed, and now Arky, 1 versus 2. Does he consider the window play for Alex already? Decon's open, so he's worried that the second player's also rotated it down here.
if he goes through the single door, he might be able to find a fight. But look at the time. It's the biggest issue here. 25 seconds.
If he gets this fight on Alex, he could go back up the vent. But Alex even considers that that could be a play. So now he takes up position inside of the vent. It all comes down to this fight. Arky had the chance, but Alex with the kill.
I think Crims may have seen him there as well. Right?
Maybe on the way back
a little
to the
bit
doorway.
timing as well, like as he was going through the door, because Alex had clear intent. He knew where that player was coming from. So 12-7, a fantastic bounce back here, and it all started with Crims locking this down. Bit unfortunate for sAw, but this is a huge double here from Mezzi, because if he goes down without a single kill, the top side is given over for free. A nice shot from Arky, but fnatic are back in it now because sAw will have to stomach an eco. Sure, they lose the round earlier. There was a 3-on-5, but it's not really going to matter at the end of the day, especially if that's the only way that sAw can win is a mismanaged amount of time from fnatic. So they will take a timeout. In the next round, they're looking at a 2,400 loss bonus, so an eco here will be fine as far as the buy department goes. But 12-7, it is going to be a long, arduous road for sAw to get 4 more T-sided rounds. You can see on the round timeline we have here how splotchy it was for fnatic. Few and far between is a bit of an understatement.
And I don't think we've seen the greatest early signs of a sAw game plan here in this T side.
No, I don't think so.
They haven't really given us even pieces that you can put together and see what they're trying to go with here. It has been very spotty, and it's been a lot of great late rounds from sAw, figuring out what gaps are available, but no real ingenuity in the start of the rounds.
Yeah, so one of the keys here that they might need to look towards is getting the bomb down as much as they can. One of the problems that we've seen early is it's been very... Oh, what a grenade that was. Wow. Threading the needle through the gap straight onto Mutas' toes. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, there was definitely a chance, but that's where we just take a deep breath and we go...
He's no rush, we're injured.
No, he's not. Well, maybe. Arky, he's got Deagle, similar position. Roman's around.
Oh,
okay. All right. Speak his name. Let's see what else he can get here.
Okay, then.
Well, the problem is Roman only has a Glock. So unless Crims looks the other way...
No,
yeah,
he won't do that.
Crims would have to have maybe done an electronic, taking his hands off the mouse and keyboard right there.
Crims doesn't do that often. Just and Arky now left with Glocks, as you would expect. fnatic cleaning this up. sAw happily collecting the kill and the money with that MP9. And now we had under a minute. Just a moment before it just goes out, and fnatic get it round. So definitely starting to warm up into this now, fnatic. Every team is in a position at one point or another on a best of one with a slow start into the game.
Sure.
And you get caught, but as long as you're given that opportunity to get back into it, the better side can always stay competitive.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? T-side of Nuke. I know that in recent history with Nuke, we're expecting the T-sides to get maybe 5 or 6 rounds, but it's still very, very possible to put up a massive CT side streak too. sAw just did it, right? So I
think the meta right now in every map basically, it feels like it's CT heavy
sure,
right now.
Yeah.
So obviously the M4A1S is cheaper now, so it kind of bounces out the economy. It's just very, very solid here on the CT side.
Well, the guns are back out for sAw, and we need to see a bit of evidence from them and what they're going to establish here. Mutas is fast, Roman up top, and a push on ramp. Crims, this is risky.
Oh, the timing just benefits Crims, and he gets the angle, but Stododo to find the kill. So the opening is here for sAw. We'll see if sAw decides to get aggressive through Hut. He might. That
that's
going to be
kill.
good. That's a kill. Oh! Stododo in the Matrix. Walks back.
Wow, that went off the bloody vending machine and bounced on a tight line. It should have been deep, but not to be the case. A nice little squeaky re-smoke is going to be the trajectory that he was looking for. But they have the number advantage, and they have all this space. Mutas is down the vent. Now, is he undetected, or is he just overlooked? Because either way, he's been able to get this secret control.
Oh, Mutas.
See, undetected completely.
And just coming down right into the crosshair. Now he accelerates. He goes through decon, takes as much control as he can, and actually just puts himself in that close position. See Alex frantically trying to figure out what's going on.
They're not ready for this.
He's put himself in such a good position.
This could be huge.
Alex at the ready, low HP player first, and Alex on the double. Bomb now loose. A great play here for Alex as he rolls out the guillotine. Arky finally gets rid of him, but look at that damage for Alex. sAw now just slips on down, and Mutas, the player who got them into a good position initially, has to try and pull them out of the hole. He's on the hunt back, realizes sAw was last seen towards secret stairs.
His only real option is vent to top, but PepSaw can account for this, right? If he tries to go under, then Poison's already there. He's going to pop on up, but great play from PepSaw.
What? Oh, Mutrus was ready for you seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so close to being able to take that, maybe.
Yeah, Alex, fantastic. Really well done, right? And he's understood what was going to happen here. All right, we've got the control. We're going to go back towards yard. We're going to do the secret wall smoke. They were playing it by the book. And Alex, well, he's read that book a couple of times. It was the correct play coming out of sAw, right? It was the correct play. But they're not ready for this because Alex is one step ahead. So this is great work from Alex. That right there is a key triple kill. And maybe the frags that have secured fnatic their way back into this game. It's only a 3-round game right now. No dramas, as it is going to be a partial. Whoa, sAw!
Whoa! Gets the double on the play forward. So quick. And a chance now thrust into the round for sAw.
Another 3-on-5. They have to close this one. They just have to.
And if they push ramp, look who's waiting for them. The Tech 9 was around the corner. Crims tried to get that flank on going.
It's got to be.
It has to be. fnatic, no reason to throw these guns away and give those upgrades into the hands of sAw. A big round there for Stododo, and fnatic caught sleeping.
That just happened real quick. It wasn't even headshots with the Mac-10. You could see the spam. Oh, Crims has got one. Are they giving this a go?
They are. They're throwing utility in. They're trying to get back in.
They could lose it all.
And they could just give everything over, and they will. Poison's got a quick shot, but Crims on the follow-up. The time's just ticking. There's just not enough time to make this competitive, and they've just given an AWP down into the side. I believe it fell from heaven, at least.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's not picked up, because guess what? Poison's not going to be getting into the next. He will have to buy it himself, and he should just have enough here. 5.6k after all of that, but he's the only player who can buy. Crims can't really drop a whole lot. Wow. fnatic have just given one over here, and it felt so good. I'm talking about the Alex 3k, the massive play to get fnatic out of a 3v5 hole. And they do it again. sAw, look at this. Holding down mouse one, Stododo cannot be stopped.
mezii is just having the most frustrating time. He gets caught with nades in hand to a Mac-10 just sprinting out HUD.
Stododo, it goes unnoticed there, but he gets all 4 kills in that round. Massive play from him, up to 20 frags. A star round, a necessary round, and look at the buy. It's just Crims into the M4. It's pistols for the rest.
They have put some control towards outside, but it's this play towards the squeaky door that's most interesting. Alex has found the life of Mutrus.
This is doable now, right? They still have this M4 in play. They have the opening kill. Maybe they can scoop back up that dropped gun at some point. They've been able to get their way down secret. The response is multiple members slinking down the vent. If these USPs can find any more, this round is on for fnatic.
Roman just creeping closer. mezii spotted at the stairway now. PepSaw tries to help him out, but they just don't really have the weapons here. And that's going to be easy for Just to take out mezii's head. Just over a minute left here. 2 players down in the site here for fnatic.
It is a 5-7 for PepSaw, though. If they pick the wrong door, sAw, these 20 bullets of pain will make it 19 because he hasn't reloaded just yet. Could actually do a lot of damage. I'm a little bit worried here for sAw.
Kill for Crims. Oh no. They are focused now. Forced to go into PepSaw, and he comes through the decon. And that is going to give them the pick, but Poison's on the flank. Poison's around the backside. It's one for Poison's Eagle, and he wants to force them to drink from the Poison Chalice as Alex gets involved too. It's Stododo. The headshot on Alex, but he needs everything. He had the big round in the previous and needs to close it. Needs to post 14 on the board here for sAw in the clutch. He'll come in from the rafters down below. One stands as Poison using utility, spotted out from decon. They turn and find it, and fnatic on the rifle and the pistols. They make it work for 10.
Well, sAw had their chance there, and they fumble it. Massive stuff from fnatic, all starting with that opening towards yard onto Buter as he just gets pipped on through these smokes. Perfectly over the top there from Alex. They do draw that one back onto mezii, but too late to respond, and they try to go out that squeaky door. Crims says no, the flank from Poison is there. Beautiful stuff here from fnatic to get 10, and yeah, running out of ideas now, sAw. The rounds are too scattered. It's the same conversation that we had over there with fnatic in their first half. Nobody can string consecutive T rounds together, and some massive issues here. Look at the cash now. They're the ones who have to have that conversation. Arky, Roman don't have enough. The other 3 do. Do you buy now? The loss bonus into the next is going to be 2,900. Getting that bomb down would be great, but you're going to feel like you've really let it slip here. That was an eco, essentially an eco, and you've just really tripped over your own shoelaces, haven't you?
I mean, that one is certainly frustrating, but one they will have to play with, one they have to try and not fixate upon. have got the buy again. It's not a great buy, but it has 3 AKs. It's got a MAC-10 in now. They've won with less before. Fnatic show that you can make something work with a little. So we'll see what sAw have in mind. First smoke outside. Utility going out as well. They're going to charge with it. Poison. We can't really do too much about that, so it's very quick here to get those players down secret.
It's quick, you're right, but there's been gaps before when they've done this, right? They expect the rotations not to come on in behind them here, just to make it across as well. When the bomb is down secret, Crim's immediately responding towards this lower site. Doesn't have any backup right here, right now, but there's multiple pivot positions available. This might be quick. If they just explode here out the door, Crim's going to have to deal with multiple angles. They're in, they're in, they're in.
They are in. They spotted Crims as well. They've taken out his power position. Roman removes him with a MAC-10. sAw now have the player advantage, and the utility's coming in to keep Fnatic back at bay, so they can't pull it. Arky's holding if the ramp plays to come through. In fact, he can maybe find a kill in lobby. No problem. Headshot on PepSaw. Second kill could be found here as well. Mezzi finally removes him. But still, the damage has been done. sAw now, everybody onto AKs. They're all coming in from the same position of ramp. Everybody from Fnatic has to take their way back through here. And with sAw in solid post-plant positions, how do Fnatic win this?
Do they go for this one? They should be saving.
It absolutely should be, but they're still putting pressure upon it. They're still trying to find their way in. Mezzi's just going to go down, as you would expect, and Mutra swings out. Poison, the only player getting something, and Alex nips away. Two suddenly found, but doesn't account for Roman's spot, and sAw, they bite back. And now Fnatic are in the position where they're frustrated about that lost opportunity.
Wow, I can't believe these retakes that Fnatic are going for here. The rounds already look lost, and they have number disadvantages, but they bring it down to the one-on-one. Roman was the opener and the closer of that round. Crims gets found on out. I think the pace of how quickly they swung open that single door. But again, trying to get stuck into a lost scenario here, Fnatic, and they give it all over. They have to force buy again. Poison AWP, a rifle here for Mezzi. Well, they've done more with less, so let's see if they can do it again here, Fnatic.
Yeah, these are two fighters right now, just battered and bruised, punching away on the last fumes in the tanks.
Look at this from Alex.
Alex has done something like this before. You know, he loves getting in the smokes, can make the difference in rounds like this. They push on by, but he doesn't commit around the backside.
Poison in secret with the AWP. He can stop them.
He should be able to get one shot from Poison, the biggest weapon out of the round.
You see the reaction from Keita there in the background of the cam. The shot was on. He just ducked under it here. Now they're thrusting towards the lower side. Fnatic need to stop them, and now.
Crims couldn't get anything on the initial hold, and now Alex has to make the play behind, but this time it's being accounted for. This time it's being watched and just removes the in-game leader of Fnatic. And Fnatic have to remove themselves. They can't win this one. You can't throw away the weapons again.
But they've looked for rounds in crazier situations here. And Arky on the flank, he might catch a couple. The Galil rings out. PepSaw down 2 to find for round 15. They want that orb.
They want it, and Mezzi is holding. Arky runs right back into him. Crims holding for the play of Roman coming towards him. If Mash should collect this, and it will. Roman down. sAw losing players left, right, and center, but Fnatic will lose the round. 15 on the board here for sAw. Just trying to remove Mezzi from top secret. That's a big player to lose. Another rifle gone. Crims should be able to save, no problems, he will. But 15 rounds for sAw. This is an upset I think many people probably wouldn't have expected coming into today.
No, not at all. Not after that performance from Fnatic on their T side against Gamer Legion just yesterday. It was monstrous. Poison was an absolute beast, and he's doing his best right now. 21 for Poison, 21 for Alex. Alex's impact has been felt in every single round to keep Fnatic in this here. But it's all just falling apart at the seams. 1900 is the loss bonus. The saved AK is the best weapon they have. A Scout, an MP9, some pistols. Util is light. This is going to be so difficult for Fnatic now if they want to take this to OT.
Utility, but Bard's outside. Alex in the mix, nearly goes down through the spam of the smoke. Mutrus, that would have been an incredible shot, but it's all crumbling here for Fnatic. It's Crims and it's Poison left alone. And they have to figure out how can they do this. They just can't, surely. sAw moments away from collecting their upset victory. Mutrus from secret, Mutuates Poison, and Crims. They call him the king of the clutch sometimes, but this one, it lands. A bunch of barbarians left, just trying to remove his crown. And Crims has lost the support of the court. He's found himself one. Two now collected in total with that turn back Flash to set up, but going into this triangle of death, it's the Bermuda Triangle now. No one comes out alive. 16 to 10. It is collected. You can see sAw very happy with the upset victory over fnatic.
What a huge win. What a huge win. That first half was fantastic. You'd see happy with this one. The smiles on the faces. What a great showing from them. And they had lots of opportunities to close it even cleaner than that. fnatic, they didn't give up. You can see the glum look on the other side of things because fnatic now, they're down in the 1-2 column. They got 1 life left. They need 2 best-of-3s back-to-back just to try and grab themselves a major spot. And this is the type of loss you cannot be giving up in the Swiss system.
Well, they now head to best-of-3s. And the road out of this is pretty difficult. I mean, look at the competition we've got right now. This is a very stacked competition. And to put yourself 1 and 2 heading into...